Adobe Radio. The future of alternative.
Greetings, mood killers. I'm Belonius Francine Marconi along with Eddie Barella. Eddie, it's a real weird time in the world right now.
Yeah.
And, when this episode is recording, it's Thursday, and it airs the Friday night on Adobe, and then it released almost immediately after. But
Worldwide. Like to throw that in there.
I guess the reason I'm saying that is because it's the week that Jimmy Kimmel was taken off the air by ABC. And I'm not surprised that these things are happening, but it's real weird, you know?
It's scary. It's
Yeah.
downright scary to me because I watched the clip in question,
Right.
and he didn't say anything wild. You know, I assumed when I first heard the story that he must have said something so
There was
out there
nothing
that
obvious, right?
it was like early Howard Stern or something. And then
Right,
I
like
watch
shock
it,
jock.
and then I'm like, this is very tame, and it could have just flown under the radar if you really were not paying attention. It's kind of a throwaway little line,
Right.
and it didn't disparage at all. You know,
I know. And it's really weird, too, because he just called out the administration for utilizing this situation to promote more hate of some kind. And it was weird.
right?
And he
That's all
used
he
Trump's
said, yeah.
own video. He used videos of Trump to do it. So Trump's own words got Jimmy Kimmel taken off the air. I don't get that. I mean, because every night Jimmy Kimmel has told
He puts
the
you to
truth.
bed.
He's told the truth about our government
Yeah.
on TV, network TV. 22 years, I think, is an incredible run. And
Well, he's it's not over yet, right? As far as we know, when we're recording this, he's just suspended indefinitely. And here in Los Angeles, there are protests right outside of Disney, which miles away from where I'm sitting right now.
I love that.
And in
Miles
solidarity, I
away.
canceled. In solidarity, I canceled my Disney Plus.
so did I. I canceled
Good.
my Hulu today, and the bundle, whatever I had, gone. And I guess that I have like 2 more days of that. You think I'm going to watch Only Murders in the Building? No. You know why?
Sorry.
Because I'm not giving them anything.
I
I'm not
will
gonna
say
watch-
though, with peace and love, I am keeping my Boba Fett statue that I have.
But that's not.
With peace and love.
Right. But I mean, for 22 years he was on, and his wife Molly is a huge part of the success of the show. I mean, her writing should be in history books, and if they exist in 3 years, they should put her in there because I don't know. I just thank Jimmy for believing in America and holding our government accountable and falling on his sword to just basically save us, give us something, you know?
Yeah. And all he did is practice his First Amendment right of freedom of speech, freedom of press. He didn't do anything wrong, you know, and it's scary, especially to see this right after what happened with Colbert. So
Yeah.
then apparently Seth Meyers and Jimmy Fallon are next. Now, nobody would complain if he started with Jimmy Fallon, but
Yeah, you and I wouldn't have cared.
yeah, I mean,
I
but
would've- I
really,
would've felt bad
at
for
this
the
point, I have no
Rubes, though.
choice but to stand up for him. Yeah.
I would have felt bad for Questlove mostly, I think.
Yeah, exactly, right?
But this just in, John Oliver's team currently debating how much prison time they want to serve for their next episode. So, and also, you know, like you think about this, Trump is so ingrained in this. He's so involved. I never saw Obama involving himself in getting television hosts fired because they made fun of him.
Well, I mean, DJT is this guy that was a reality TV star, and if you look at his Twitter history, he comments on every single SNL episode. So he's clearly a fan of television, and now he gets to program it from his diaper in the White House. So he's having a great time.
Yes, inside that diaper.
Yeah.
But why? But why? It's a weird time, you know, when they're holding late night comedians to a higher standard than the actual president of the United States.
Right.
So Eddie and I stand with NPR, PBS, Sesame Street, Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Kimmel. Did I leave anybody out?
Well, and, I have no choice but to stand up preemptively for Jimmy Fallon, and I never thought I would have to do that, but here I am.
Damn it. And Seth Meyer, too, right? I mean, we have to.
And Seth Meyer.
Yeah. All right. Well, I hate it, and it sucks. And I hope what I really want, I think Jimmy should go leave ABC and go to Netflix.
Right.
Yeah,
Ted Sarandos, are you listening?
Yes.
In this edition of Late Stage Capitalism, now Samsung refrigerators are going to start showing us advertisements on
finally.
the refrigerators. So imagine, you spend $800 to $1,000 on a beautiful smart refrigerator, and you bring it home. It has a nice screen on there, so it'll tell you when you're out of Cool Whip, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, they didn't announce this when people bought these smart refrigerators. Now they have said, "Well, here come the advertisements, folks." Right there,
this was
in your home.
Mistake.
Yeah, it is. You'll be walking down to the kitchen at 2 a.m. to get yourself a little snack. You'll see an ad for Kotex right there in your living room.
Yeah, that's the thing. Do they curtail the ad so it's like, you could pair it with your food? Like, you don't want to see, a feminine hygiene product ad and when you're, trying to eat gravy.
Sure. It's just so aggravating to me because it's not like these refrigerators were cheap, and it's not like they're saying, "Oh, you'll pay $300 for this fridge instead of $800 if you allow ads to be served in your kitchen." But instead, they said, "Okay, here's a smart refrigerator now without notice. Here come the ads." So
yeah, I can't
feel
imagine
bad for anybody who bought one of these.
I was gonna say you didn't buy one, right?
Absolutely not. I don't believe in refrigerators.
You have.
I just dig a hole in the backyard.
Well, what's his name's brother in Better Call Saul? You just have an ice box, like a cooler of ice, and you have.
I mean, honestly, that seems like a better way to go because it's all of these electronics that we have serve as ads. I bought a smart TV recently, and it comes with their own operating system where you can open Netflix and all this stuff. But then they give you advertisements when you turn on the TV, and I'm like,
I have that on my app, my Amazon edition Fire TV. That's
ads.
And I turn off most of them, but you can't turn off the banners that are always there.
Right.
Sometimes the banner is beneficial, like, hey, it's reminder that like Caitlin Clark is playing tonight, or Paige Beckers is playing WNBA game on Amazon Prime. But then
Bob Barker's in prime time tonight.
Yeah, most of the time it's some random obscure show that I'll never watch that's there for like 10 weeks. If it's on there for a long time, it's probably not that good.
Yeah, I know. But, these advertisements that we get everywhere without our consent is becoming just kind of depressing because not only are these ads being served everywhere, but nobody can afford anything as it is. So you're seeing all these products that you can't even afford to buy. What do they want from us?
I was going to say, what if you disconnected it from Wi-Fi? Could you just run your own like video? Like you just driveling, like liquid chocolate? Or,
Well, but then my Apple Watch isn't going to buzz anytime I'm out of milk.
Oh my God. I don't want any of that.
I'm mortified.
I would really hate that. I hate notifications already. So like if I had to add that in my life, I would be, I would hate life, I think.
I know. Can you imagine that?
Just a regular refrigerator
adds up all the calories in your refrigerator and tells you that
like
you're,
I kind of, in some ways, I kind of like it. I do in that way. But I don't want a screen. I don't want to touch. I want to open the door and just, the food's in there. But it would be kind of cool if it did calculate what you have and like, what you could prepare for dinner. Maybe it gives you a hint of an idea that you have an app. You don't have to, you could go, hey, what's in my fridge? What can I make? Then, okay, yeah. And then it can tell you like how long something's been in there. It might be expired or bad. You know what I mean? So
but you know where they're going with this? Eventually, there's going to be an unskippable ad that you have to watch before you can grab your Dijon mustard.
Eddie, we like to keep scrolling. it's the one thing that we have going that they've found a way. Here's what's disturbing for me is, the kid, whoever's taking over CBS as the CEO for that new Sky company or whatever it is. Well, his dad just bought TikTok, I think, or came up with a deal to take it.
So his dad bought TikTok, and then he's going to run a giant media conglomerate.
Yeah. And so I'm sure it'll go great.
Generational wealth.
And so it's weird because like now they were talking about, how China was going to have our data and stuff like that. And now they're going to have it. So that's really what it was like. Well, we want to see what people are doing. We don't want you to see what we want to do it. So, yeah, everything you like, do.
If you want my data, I'm happy to give it to you, but you got to do it the hard way. You have to spend a day with me, and you have to write notes in a notebook.
Yeah, maybe buy me a sandwich. Yeah.
Buy me a sandwich and sit there, take notes.
So I guess TikTok is saved. It's always up in the air whether we're going to keep TikTok or not keep TikTok. But
at this point, I'm exhausted by it. Like, I don't care. Stay, don't stay.
I know. I'm
whatever.
just like, I love it though. We do. And Eddie and I
will miss it if it goes away.
Yeah, I will. But I'm sure we'll find something else. Maybe we'll go outside or, nah.
No.
No. But here's something to think about, Eddie. Stop comparing yourself to your past self.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but you got to stop comparing yourself to the past version of you, to the version of you wish you were, to a more resourced and supported and stable version of yourself, to the version of yourself that isn't in this whole hellfire that is right now, and especially in America. Other people that have a different life than you, different circumstance. If you're going to use comparison to evaluate yourself, more often than not, you're going to end up feeling like...
But the thing is he's saying all that, and all I'm thinking is, isn't that what that whole song from Joe is about? When I'm back in Chicago, I feel it. Another version of me, I was in it.
That's right.
That's the whole song, right? He's thinking about different versions of himself, and he learned, and he moved on, but he gets nostalgic for that, kind of. I don't think there's anything wrong with having some sense of nostalgia, because you're acknowledging that it existed and it was great at one time. But as long as
it's interesting. You can look back at different versions of yourself, and I'd say more often than not, I look back fondly. And even if I was an idiot at a certain age, I just kind of smile. I'm like, oh yeah, that guy was an idiot, and he somehow still made it through that.
Yeah. That's the thing too, is you made it through. That's what, if anything, when you I think the one thing you have as you get older is you learn that you get through stuff even when you think you never could, and you do. And here you are.
You do, yeah. Life goes on, unfortunately.
Yeah, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on the situation.
Right.
Here's another one. Here's something we both know. Nothing is private.
This is your friendly woke lawyer reminding you that we live in a time of unprecedented surveillance and a very weak rule of law. You should not assume that anything you say to somebody online, anything that you send to someone online is staying private. You should not assume that whatever you have to say is protected under the First Amendment. While that might be true doctrinally, that may not be true in effect. If you're sharing memes with people because you think they're funny and you think that can't be used against you, you're wrong. Take your own risks into account. If you or anyone in your family has sensitive immigration status, if you work for a public entity like a public school or the government, you could be fired for the things that you say in jest or privately to another person online. Also, arguments online right now are incredibly high stakes. Laura Loomer just doxed a guy with like 10 followers because she didn't like what he said. I'm not saying be intimidated into silence, but I am saying be aware of the risks that you're taking on when you do speak.
Wait, Eddie, should we delete our chat history then?
I don't know, apparently.
all the videos we send back and forth to each other on TikTok might come up, and can you imagine having to show that in a courtroom in front of people?
Can you imagine that's your job, to go through somebody's social media? Weird. How lame is that?
Yeah. Here's an interest. I know these are a little bit heavy, and I apologize for that. That wasn't the whole idea. This is usually just more fun than anything. But, there's a lot of content out there to get to, and a lot of it's like this now. Here's one about public transit, and I think this is a pretty dead-on perspective.
No, you don't understand. They can't give us public transportation because then you wouldn't buy a car. And then you wouldn't pay for gas. And then on top of that, what would happen to the car insurance companies? Because you wouldn't have
Oil
that
industry.
either. Yeah, public transportation is just a terrible idea. Everything would fall apart.
That made me think too, because, like Chicago has one of the best train systems in the United States, but it's still far from perfect. And it's a little scary at times, too.
Yeah. But it's awesome, though. I mean, and here in Los Angeles, we do have a subway, but it is underdeveloped. They just opened up a bunch of new stops, but
It
you'd
just takes
think
you
with
out
a
to the
city as
valley.
old as Los Angeles, they would have this worked out. But no, it's the auto industry that comes in and they make it really difficult for the infrastructure or public transit to be built and all this. So people here in LA you're glued into your car seat, essentially. If you don't live in a walkable neighborhood, and there's very few of them, you're screwed.
Yeah. That's really the reason I can't live in LA. I couldn't drive all the time like that. I mean, it seems
and
there's
I
a lot of
live
lovely
right next to
areas
work.
there, but I probably couldn't afford any of it. And, I'd live in a garbage can or something, and I would hate my life. And then I have to drive, too. I'd have to drive some crappy car, No thanks.
I'm working on a scheme to be pretty much carless here in Los Angeles, though. And it just takes more work and planning, but it is possible.
Well, are you making one of those cars that runs on vegetables and drives you everywhere?
Yes.
Finally.
That's right. It runs on vegetables and Cheez-It snack mix. This is how Apple gets me every GD time, Marconi. So the iPhone 17 is about to come out, and I wasn't planning to upgrade.
What are you on now? Which one do you have?
Oh, I have the 15, I think. So mine is now 2 years old.
And I have I think I have the 14.
Oh, wow. Well, I don't know how you're not having this problem. Maybe that you do, or maybe you do have this problem. But as soon as they announce this iPhone 15, like literally that is the day that whenever I take my phone off the charger in the morning, by 10 a.m. I have 50% battery suddenly. So I'm not looking to upgrade my phone. That way Instagram opens 0.3 seconds faster with a faster process. I don't care. I have to upgrade my phone because of the GD battery. And this is what they do to you.
You know what I just learned through our main source of learning, ChatGPT.
Yes.
It told me that those chargers that you set your phone on mess the battery up. And it drains the life of the battery faster than if you just plug it in.
Well, I do just plug it in.
Yeah, so do I.
But
I almost had to go get a new battery for this phone. Because it was almost ruined because of one of those magnet chargers.
Well, that should be illegal. They shouldn't be able to sell something that's going to break your phone.
Yeah.
And I think they kind of do this on purpose, though, because Apple wants you to buy their proprietary charging devices because they make more money that way. Those ones are fine for your phone. It's healthy. It's going to keep your battery working great.
They charge way too much for them now, and they used to come with the phone.
Yeah, like you can't do that. Like it's too much. I already spent $1,000 on a phone. Now you want me to spend another $300 on a dock charger?
I would rather never buy another phone in my entire life.
I'm tired.
That's
of
it. Like
really, they're a waste of time. They keep me tied to work longer than I need to.
Right.
I get nothing but sales calls all day and spam texts. Like, what are these things really doing to enhance my life at this point?
I would say you should get a new phone number just for sales calls.
I should.
Because I hate it too. I hate that for you, first of all. And I was just thinking this too about technology. Like your phone will start slowing down. But how come iPads will last for 2 centuries?
Because you buy it and then you use it one day, then you get bored of it.
I have, in this studio, in my modified walk-in closet that I use for a studio, I have 2 iPads. One is from like 3 years ago, works just fine, and that's where I look and I see everything that we're talking about on the show. And then I have a brand new one in case, like on Adobe, I need to talk about like when we were Young Fest or, some kind of a promotional we're doing. Download the free Adobe app. Those reminders type things. And so I have that on one side and the other one, and it's perfect. Too bougie. but one is like a brand new iPad and one is a 3. And that there's no difference other than like how you charge them. That's it. Too bougie.
Yeah. I know. Well, Tim Apple, I unfortunately have to buy one of your new phones here soon. I just really would like to plead with you and let the battery last longer than 2 years. Give me at least 3.
Yeah.
At least.
Also, when I get a new phone, damn it, I want another year of activity on Apple TV Plus for free.
Oh, yeah. Tim Apple stopped doing that once he got all cocky with Severance.
He got cocky with Severance, and he was like,
That's
"No,
right.
you're gonna."
But
and I
Severance
just saw
did lose at the Emmys, so take that, Tim Apple. Now you owe me.
Do you think? Okay, this is because I love that Apple TV Plus. I really do, because it does have some good shows. It has some bad ones, but there are a lot of good
John
ones.
Hamm.
Yeah, you were right about that show. I don't know what I was thinking.
Oh God, I don't like it.
The more I thunk, I didn't finish the season either of that, whatever the John Hamm show was, but I watched a
Friends
bunch
and Neighbors, I think. Right?
Yeah, there's a bunch of other ones on there that are really good that aren't they don't promote and they're good. But I was thinking, Jimmy Kimmel goes to Apple TV Plus or Colbert, or they go to Netflix or something like that. I would be elated for that.
That would justify raising the price constantly. I would.
Yeah,
I would understand at that point.
I'd pay the whatever it is now, $12.99 for Jimmy Kimmel. I would.
Yeah, I mean, Jimmy Kimmel should just start Kimmel Flick and just do it that way.
That's right. Well, he has his company Kimmelot. So
there you go.
I really, because the one thing about him, he owns that show. So
he does. That's cool.
Yeah,
good for him.
So whatever happens to it, maybe he'll come back to the network or what. But
that's good news. I mean, that means he could produce it as is and then just find a new outlet for it. And he doesn't even have to get new sets or new bits. Or anything.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I would see if like Netflix would just pay whatever, severance, because I think ABC, he's in a contract with ABC. So,
I mean, hell, just put it on YouTube. I wonder how much you could make doing that.
I think like what I guess I would do is have it on something, but then maybe YouTube TV could do it, have their own original programming or something. I don't know. I would either way. I know he's going to be fine. It's just a temporary setback, and it's really annoying that we have to go through this to get to our freedom of speech back, which we should have.
Well, everything is going to be saved by his agent, James Baby Doll Dixon.
That's right. Yes, I can't wait. You don't want to make Baby Doll mad. Okay, Eddie, I don't know. I work from home, and I don't have it, because it used to be like a thing where you go into an office and you have to have like a wardrobe. And since like the pandemic, I've just kind of pared down my wardrobe to like black T-shirts and like casual pants that I can wear and sneakers, and that's it. But I realize like anytime I go meet up with someone, I kind of like am underdressed, or I just don't feel, I like to feel like a human being sometimes, and not just some slob. And so I got one of those clothing clubs that.
Oh, you did? Which one? There's a few of them.
I would say it, but they don't. It's great, but I don't want to. You know what I mean? Like, because if I hate it, I want to be able to talk about it. So it's good. I'll tell you off the show. But well,
I will say, I don't know if it's the one you used or not, but I tried the one, and you don't have to confirm or deny. I used the one Trunk Club, and I did not enjoy it.
Didn't like that one?
Well, didn't
this
like
one,
it.
The one I have is, I think, the best one I've ever had, because I've had one before. And the thing is what my goal is to look like. I get classic pieces. I don't like trendy stuff really. No graphic tees or anything like that. I'm just, just clothes that look
T-shirts only.
Just nice shirts, button up, some T-shirts, some but the pants fit really nice, and everything I get fits perfectly. Like somehow magically they know what to put on me, and I have the stylist. So you have like a stylist, and here's what you do. In this company that I have, they send you once a month or however many times you want clothing, and then you try everything on, and if you don't like it or it doesn't fit right, you put it right back into a bag and throw it in the mail, and that's it. And then you just pay for whatever you like. And so you pay a $20 monthly fee for what they call styling. Okay. And that's it. So, but you decide.
I like this. I was thinking just the other day that if I were rich, one of the first things I would do is hire a personal stylist. But I totally forgot that they have these services out there that can help you with this, because it really is something that's just a lot of effort and a lot of time. And people who are into fashion and good with it, they will be, at Zara or whatever, like every day trying to pick out the best shirt. Yeah. And I just like, it's a whole entire endeavor and a lifestyle and a passion to look good. But if I have somebody dressing me like my mommy every day, I would love it.
It is like that. But it's kind of like having a digital girlfriend that's picking out your clothes. But
that's great.
They're also like a fashion-minded person. And so what I like, because, they'll send like, the shoes, the boots, the pants or whatever. And the first batch that I got, I kind of had the wrong size. I had the length was wrong, or, the whatever. But I liked this. I only sent like one thing back. The only thing is there's slight little things that I had to do on the first order that I'm like, I can just go get that tailored. But now I'm thinking.
Yeah, people don't or forget, or maybe they don't know that getting something tailored really isn't that expensive. It's $10 or something to get something hemmed.
And in Chicago, they even have like old school ones where you go there and they say, all right, spread them. They measure you down.
Then they bring in somebody from the TSA to really get in there.
Yeah, and it's weird too, because I don't want to go. I really don't like going in there, because you go in there like in your sweatpants or whatever, and you've got the pants that you want them to fix, and then you've got to put on all these pants. The whole idea of getting this clothing club was so I didn't have to go to a store to try on pants.
Right.
But this is only the first batch, and it was my mistake. I corrected it, and now all the pants fit perfectly.
Oh, good.
So,
yeah, that's great. You're gonna have to let me know when we're off the air.
Yeah,
which
it's funny too, because they give you a discount if somebody says that they heard it from you or whatever. I can give you a discount.
Oh, okay.
And then they give me a discount.
They'll give you a discount. There we go.
But I think you would like it, because it's got like all kinds of classic looks. It doesn't make it, the thing I did was like, I don't want to look like a golf dad. I don't want to be dressed like some golf dad, with whatever they wear on the golf course, or some Bahama mama shirt. You know what I mean? Like, I hate that. So
you want to look stylish, but you want to look age appropriate, but also you don't want to look old. So I
also didn't want to look like some D-bag either. You don't
look like a D-bag. Yeah. So thank goodness for the fine people over there at Worldwide Pants.
That's right. They're really coming through. Well, Eddie, just like everything, it's got to come to an end. Whether you're yanked off or it's your choice. You know what I mean?
That's right. And when you're yanked off, it comes to the end.
What did I just say? I don't know. Sorry. The family show. You're going to get us yanked off, Eddie. Stop it. Stop making it funny. We always do a dollop of joy. I like to do a dollop of, and I keep saying that because I'm trying to find the sound effect for our dollop of joy. There it is. I have 3 dollops of joy. Sorry. I'm sorry. I cut off the hyena at the end. Did you know that was what it was? It's like somebody going. I can't do that noise. Can you? and then it's a hyena.
Oh, is that what that is? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mixed some sound effects together. My master mixing room. Okay, so we have 3 dollops of joy, and I forget what they are. I had them written down, but I don't think I put it in my notes. Here's dollop of this. I think this is one I might have sent you on TikTok.
Wandale Dingle, if you don't like me, why do you keep texting me? I don't understand it. You're going to give me a heart attack. You leave me alone, or I'm going to call the cops on you. Goodbye.
It is weird when senior citizens are on TikTok, and they don't really kind of know, all the nuances of things, and sometimes they take a message wrong or something, or like somebody might DM them because they're a big fan, and then she thinks it's like somebody's harassing her. Maybe they are. I don't know the situation, but she seemed very upset. But she's a TikTok lady. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another dollop.
Been getting down and dirty all week. Time to clean up nicely for the Lord. Cheers to another Sunday, fellas.
That's a real dude. And he's like a middle-aged dude with like gray hair, that dude. And every video is kind of like that. He's a big energy drink guy. And he's got one of those big, giant energy drinks. And
some people live on those, basically. Like they're constantly having them. I can't do it.
no, I can't either. I don't like whatever's in that. I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
I drink 1 cup of coffee with, tell me if this is excessive, Eddie. 1 cup of coffee, a pour over, right?
Yeah.
I do a little sugar-free vanilla, Tarani or whatever it's called, and then I do a pour over in a cone situation, and then I froth the thing. But I grind 3 scoops of beans.
Okay.
Is that a lot of beans? Somebody told me that's a lot of beans. Is
3
that like
scoops of beans before they're ground?
Scoops of beans, put in the grinder, then grind it, and then that goes into my thing. And it's, it's a lot.
I guess it depends on how big the scooper is.
Whatever the size of a coffee scooper is.
3, no, that's about right. I think you're
It
for
is?
an espresso shot, right?
Okay. So it's 3 shots of espresso, essentially?
Something like that. But it doesn't sound excessive to me.
But, it doesn't sound excessive to you because you're a coffee person. Like, I think if you're just like because, a lot of people just drink 3 cups of coffee and have 1 scoop or whatever.
Sure.
I don't know. I like it like that. So I drink 1.
I mean, whatever you like in the end.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, it's my dollop of joy, my coffee every day.
That's right.
Okay, here's one more, Eddie. I think you're going to really, really like this one.
Little Daddy House Shoes.
Oh, yeah, I remember this one now. I sent this one to you over the summer, I think. The girl from that show, what's that show that where it's supposed to be like the kid's life, and it was on ABC.
Oh, Wonder Years.
Sort of like Wonder Years, but it's the new version of that, like the not the Oswalds, the Griswold. No, not the
good wife.
Anyway, she's the daughter on the show, but her TikTok has taken off, and she was making fun of her boyfriend or husband or whoever because he's always wearing these she calls them little daddy house shoes around to do everything in.
Little Daddy House Shoes.
Are you ripping on me because I have...
You wear your little daddy house shoes everywhere you go. When you go to get the mail, when you're going in the yard. Sometimes when you go to the store and pick up a thing of milk that I forgot to buy, you wear your little daddy house shoes.
I have never worn these to the store.
Want a bet?
Yes.
Little daddy house shoes.
The Goldbergs she was on. That show.
Oh, okay. I never watched it.
Yeah, I watched a bunch of them, and then I think once Jeff Garland was kicked off of it, I think he did something weird. I don't know what's wrong with the guy. And I like the guy, from Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Right.
But he did something. I guess he like walked around. He did something that
I don't
offended
know.
somebody,
and he B2'd or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and they kicked him off the show, and then I was like, I kind of watch it for him, So anyway,
right.
That Little Daddy House Shoes. I'll always remember.
Little Daddy House Shoes.
Is there anything you'd like to say before we shut her down, Eddie?
I would, I guess, like to say, take care of yourself. It's stressful out there, and but there are more good people out there than there are bad. But they want us to feel like that's not true. So, but it is.
That's the thing too. They want you to feel like you're alone in the way you feel about freedom of speech, anything existing, about how you have compassion or your empathy for someone else. They want you to think it's weakness, but listen, it's not. That's what you're supposed to live life like. You're supposed to care about people you don't know.
Empathy is okay.
So, thank you, Eddie. It's always good to do this show with you. It's therapeutic to do the show.
It's a dollop of joy.
It really is. The whole entire Mood Killer show. It's a dollop of joy.
Mood Killers.
Have you ever had a mouthful of hot nuts?
I say no thanks.
Give it up for Adobe, everybody.